Welcome to Bloom at the Yoga Garden, and thank you all so much for joining me for this short practice. So we are going to begin today lying back and down in Shavasana. So get yourself nice and comfortable on your mat, wherever you are. Feel as if you're elongating through the back of the neck, creating a nice bit of length and space, lengthen the back neck and space between the ears and the shoulders. Shoulders are softening away. Arms rotated so the backs of the hands can rest on the floor. Palms facing upwards. Heel of the right foot at the right edge of the mat, heel of the left foot at the left edge of the mat, and just allow your toes to fall away. And just notice your breath. You're not trying to change it in any way. You're just being aware of that lovely, soft, in and out, that breath that has been with you since the day and hour you were born. No effort required on your part. It just happens. So just take a moment and smile to yourself and say, thank you for your breath. Thank you, breath. Thank you, breath, for breathing me. So of course, it's not our breath, it's the universal breath. We share it with all living creatures. And we take it for granted so much. So you may have noticed that your breath has already begun to slow down ever so slightly. It doesn't matter if it hasn't, but you may find that it has. So I'm just going to share a little Thich Nhat Hanh breathing meditation with you. Breathing in, I feel myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as water. Breathing out, I reflect on things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. So feel that freedom of your breath. Feel how your breath gives you vitality, energy, strength. So of course, we really want to use our breath to help us in our yoga practice today. So we've spent a few minutes settling ourselves, so we're almost ready to begin the physical aspect of our practice. So remember, this is your yoga, your practice, so do what feels right for you. Don't do anything that doesn't suit you or is maybe going to aggravate any old injuries you have, or certainly don't want to cause any new ones. So when you're ready now, on your next inhale, take your arms up, back, behind you, stretch into your fingertips, point your toes away, and then exhale. Bring your arms forward and down, toes up towards the ceiling. So we'll do another one of those. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale, bring your arms forward and down. And then from here, we're going to bend our legs, bring your knees in towards your chest, give them a nice squeeze in. So really squeeze them in, feel the weight of your body on the back of the mat. Good squeeze, take a big inhale here, and exhale, bring your nose up towards your knees. So you don't have to, I say towards your knees. If you can touch them, brilliant. If you can't touch them, don't worry about it. And then gently release down to the floor. Straighten the left leg out along the floor. And we're just going to do 3 big circles one way with that right knee. So when I say with the right knee, it's really we're trying to get into the right hip. So you can keep your left hand on your left thigh to make sure it doesn't wobble about too much and you keep the contact with it. So 3 circles each way, and then just move over to the other side. Left knee in, right hand onto the right thigh, and the same thing again. And just notice any wee gritty bits, any wee tight bits in your circle where it feels it maybe doesn't want to go. And just notice, so change direction again after you've done 3 one way. So 3 circles each way. And then plant your feet on the floor and bring the soles of your feet together. So the soles of your feet can be as far away or as close as is comfortable for you. So we're just trying to ease out through the insides of the legs, maybe give them a wee rub, a wee smooth, encouraging them down, pressing the soles of the feet together. And then if you've got the flexibility in your shoulders, maybe come into cactus arms. So in cactus arms, the elbows are in line with the shoulders, and we want to be able to get the backs of the hands onto the floor. So you'll find the more you tuck your shoulders in, the easier it'll be. If you have your shoulders, if you're on the sort of pointy bit of your shoulders, it's really hard to get your arms down, but if you roll the shoulder blades in towards each other, you'll find it much easier. And if that's not on for you at all, just have your hands down either side of your body. And just feel a lovely breadth across the front of the body. Feel that openness across the heart centre and across the pelvis. At the same time, you're pressing the feet together. Gently bring your arms down. And then from here, we're just going to close the legs over. So keep your feet together and just take both knees down towards the right. Allow your head to go left. So a really gentle twist. Inhale back to centre. You can allow so I still have the soles of my feet together. You don't have to do that. And then of course as I bring my right knee over this time, the knees ground to the left, I'm coming to inside edges of my feet. Head looking over towards the right shoulder. Excuse me. So we'll do one more of those to each side. Knees back to centre, down to the right. Knees back to centre, down to the left. Back to centre, and from here you can either rock and roll, excuse me, and bring yourself up into a tabletop position, or you can just roll onto one side, press into your top hand, and bring yourself forward and meet me in tabletop. So knees are below the hips, wrists are below your shoulders, and you're actively pressing the floor away. Pressing into the base of the index finger and thumb, that's it. And now we'll just do a few wee circles with the hips one way. Then change direction, so you can come as far forward as you like. Further forward you come, the more you'll be giving your arms a tiny wee bit of a workout as well. So just moving in whatever way feels good for you. And then we're going to reach back into the toes of the right foot. And again, maybe have a wee rock back and forward, and then bring the right foot up at hip level. So really pressing the floor away. And then we're going to bend the right knee and then lift it out to the side, and then just the same as we did when we were lying on the floor, we're going to rotate that right hip. So 3 circles one way, and then 3 circles the other way. So again, just getting our hips nicely warmed up, but this time we're getting our shoulders, giving ourselves a wee bit of an upper body, a tiny wee bit of an upper body workout, and then knee back down again. So we go to the other side, reach back into the toes of the left foot and leg. And the whole time you want to have a light engagement of the core, so navel back towards the spine lightly. That'll help you, give you a bit of support your back, makes everything easier. Left heel in towards your bottom, same thing again, rotate it, lift it up, and 3 circles one way. It really doesn't matter what way you go. And then 3. Now try not to let your lower leg wobble about. And then bring it back to centre. And then your wrists are probably beginning to feel it. So from here we're just going to sit back onto our toes. So you want to be on, have all your toes on the floor, and your baby toes, and in my case, the one beside the baby toe, never wants to be in the floor, so I always have to give them a wee wriggle back out, and then sit back on your toes if you can. But we're not going to stay here for too long, so you can bring the backs of your hands onto the floor. So really we're trying to ease out our wrists as much as anything in this position. So fingers towards your knees, so you can have them as close to your knees or as far away as feels good. So you want your elbows more or less straight, or if that's too much, turn them sideways. And then sit back. So of course you can just sit on the tops of your feet here, but I always like to take the chance to sit on my toes, because it does give your feet such a lovely wee stretch out, such a wee bit of a workout. And then from here, coming back into our tabletop position, and we're just going to step through with the right foot and leg. So coming into just what's a nice low lunge. So get your balance, press strongly into both feet, feel as if you're squeezing both inner sides. Start again. Feel as if you're trying to squeeze both thighs together. And then inhale, sweep your arms up, reaching up into your fingertips, and exhale, lunging a little deeper. So you want the right knee and ankle in line with each other, and your right knee heading towards the middle of the foot. Drop your shoulders. Big inhale here, and exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a big lift up, and then we're going to take the left hand to the outside edge of the right thigh, swing your left arm round, and just use that to give your back a wee bit of support, and maybe a tiny wee bit of a twist to the right. When I did that, all the wee birds flew off the bird feeder when I swayed my arm round. Big inhale, and exhale, gently bring yourself back to the front, and then begin to straighten that front leg if you want to. So just rock back and forwards on that front heel, just stretching out stretching out the hamstring a little bit. So if your hamstrings are very tight, you'll feel this strongly. So the further back you have your hands, the less strong it'll be. And then once you've done that a few times, maybe you'll come into a static position. So you're trying to hook this right thigh up into its hip socket, lift your heart center up, and maybe you'll begin to bring your nose down towards your knee. But again, you stop whenever feels right for you. One more breath here. And then roll forward onto the right foot and step back. And we're back into our tabletop position, and we'll do the other side. So step forward with the left foot. Again, just a nice low lunge. Hands to your knees if you need to come up. Nice perpendicular lower leg. Press into both feet. Take a big inhale and bring yourself up into your low lunge. Drop your shoulders down. So lifting up and maybe lunging a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. And then right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Swing your left arm round. Lift up, and maybe the tiniest wee bit of a twist round to the left. Breathe, feel strong. Lovely, well done. One more breath here. And then gently release, bring yourself back to centre. So inhale, sweep your arms up, drop your shoulders down, look up between your hands, feel strong, pressing into both feet. Bring your hands to your heart centre, lift up, and then take your right hand to the outside edge of your left thigh, swing your left arm round, nice gentle twist, smile, soften into it, and then release both hands, frame the front foot and begin to rock onto the heel of the left leg this time. So just see how it feels. My left thigh is always so much tighter than the right. So I'm just aware of it always. I don't know why it should be so much tighter, but that's just the way it is and I accept it. So see how it goes. And then maybe you could always keep a soft bend in the that's a real Irish expression, keep a soft bend in the straight leg, but you don't have to have it straight. Lift your heart centre forward. And again, further back your hands are, the easier it'll be, you're less strong. And then exhale if you want to. Begin to fold over that left knee. Inhale and exhale. Roll forward onto the front foot. Make contact with the floor, good contact with both hands. Tuck the toes, the back foot under, spring off the back foot and meet me in Uttanasana. So knees bent as deeply as you need to. Hold on to your elbows, the backs of your heels, whatever you feel you need to. Maybe the backs of your hands on the floor is nice. And if you want to maybe begin to stretch your hamstrings a wee bit more, you might begin to straighten your legs a little bit. But again, this is totally an added extra, not necessary at all. And then from here, press really strongly into all four corners of your feet and bring yourself the whole way up, reaching up. Bring your hands together. And feel really good. And then from here, we're going to take our feet it's more than hip width apart. Have your toes pointed out very slightly. You can bring your hands down onto your thighs, so still feel as if you're lifting up through the front of the body and sitting down into the back of the body, and then begin to just bend your knees slightly, okay? So we're going to rest our hands on our knees, so you shouldn't feel it. So have your knees or your feet where it, fiddle about and see, maybe you'd be more comfortable with your feet closer together. So just wherever feels good for you. But we're trying to sort of start off in an upright position, but we are going to change that. So pressing into your knees, we're going to take a big inhale, and it's as if you're doing the cow pose. Bring your heart centre forward, chin up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, tuck your tail under, chin to chest. Inhale, bring your heart centre forward. Exhale, round your shoulders, chin to chest, navel back towards your spine. One more. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, we're going to keep our knees bent, feet about 10 to 2, maybe walk them a tiny bit further forward. And you can keep your hands on your thighs if you want to. And we're just going to sit our bottom down a little bit into Goddess pose. Now I'm not leaning forward, trying not to anyway. We're going to sit straight down into Goddess pose, Horseman's pose. You choose your name, and maybe either keep your hands here. So if your knees are rolling in, keep your hands here to keep your knees heading towards the middle of your feet. We don't want to twist our knees, and maybe you'll come into cactus arms. And breathe. Lift your heart centre up. Sit a little bit lower. Inhale up. Exhale. Sit a little bit lower. One more. Inhale. Lift your heart centre up. And exhale. Release your hands. Press into your feet. And turn both feet so they're facing forward. So now, hopefully, or maybe you should be facing the long edge of your mat. And we're going to do warrior pose, Virabhadrasana 1. So we're going to turn all of the right foot and leg completely, left foot in slightly, and lunge deeply into the right knee. So all of your body is as near parallel to the mat as you can manage. Right knee heading towards the middle of your foot, shoulders lifting up and back, and then drift your arms up to shoulder level and turn your head and go for your right fingertips. Tuck your tail under. Lift your heart centre up. Warrior pose. Not a male warrior, not a female warrior. A warrior of the earth. So hopefully your body is perpendicular to the floor, tail tucking under, pubic bone lifting, feel strong. And these are strong poses, warrior poses after all. Virabhadrasana 2. One more breath here. Drop the left hand onto your left thigh and use that for a bit of leverage. So you're almost sort of lean forward as you rotate the right arm, sweep it up overhead. Reach into the fingertips and then come into, a wee bit of a wobble there, into your side bend. So we're bending sideways. One more breath here and then hinge forward onto the right knee. And this time we're going to swing the left arm forward, press into the right elbow, and turn your head under the left arm. One more breath here. And then swing your left arm down. Briefly back up into Virabhadrasana 2. Hands onto your hips. Turn your feet forward. And from here, hands onto your hips. And we're just going to take a wee breather. So bend your knees if you need to. And allow yourself just to fold forward, make contact with the floor, hold onto your legs, whatever feels good for you. Just a wee quick breather before we go to the other side. Maybe you'll have a wee sway about. So say your knees can be bent. You can move whatever way your body feels it needs to. And then when you're ready, bring your hands onto your hips. Make your way back up and we'll go to the other side. Well done. So turn the left foot and leg completely. Right foot in slightly. And again, trying to get the trunk more or less parallel to the front edge of your mat. And then we're going to lunge deeply into the left foot and leg. And then float the arms up and turn your head and look over your left arm. So my left knee always wants to roll in. So I have to really check that it's heading towards the middle of my foot. So really switch on these adductor muscles here. Inhale. And exhale, soften. Body parallel to the floor. So you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back. Nice and perpendicular to the floor. Press into the baby toe side of the back foot. Press into the front foot. Big inhale here. And almost begin to lean over to the left a little bit. Right hand onto the right thigh. And swing your left hand up. So you've got this wee bit of support here with the right hand as you slide it down the right leg. One more breath here. And then Take your left arm onto your left thigh. Swing your right arm forward close to your ear if you can, and turn your head and look under your right arm. Reaching into the right fingertips, pressing into the baby toe side of the right foot. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Windmill the right arm down. Bring yourself back up briefly into Virabhadrasana 2. Turn the toes to face forward. Heel toe your feet in a little bit until they're about the width of your mat apart. Toes about 10 to 2. Hands to your heart centre. And we're just going to lower down into Malasana. So bring your hands to the inside edges, or your elbows to the inside of your thighs. Now if you're on your toes, keep your hands on the floor for a wee bit of support. Inhale, lift your heart centre up. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. One more breath here. Brilliant, well done. And then gently bring your hands to the floor, lower yourself down onto the mat, whatever way you need to. Bring your legs out in front of you. Begin to squeeze your thighs in towards your chest. So you want to find that little sweet spot where you feel nicely balanced. And the more you squeeze, so you can keep your toes on the floor if you want to, you don't have to go any further than this. And then maybe you lift your lower legs up. So hold on to your thighs if you need to. Maybe you leave go. Maybe you'll hold on to the floor. You do whatever feels right for you in this half boat pose, Navasana. Breathe. Keep lifting your heart centre up. Feel strong. Point your toes away. Hold on to your thighs if you need to. One more breath here. And then gently lower into baby boat. Exhale, come back up into half boat. You don't have to do this wee bit. Inhale into baby boat. Exhale into half boat. One more, you're doing great. Inhale into baby boat. And from here we'll just lie down on your mat. Well done, everyone. Bring your knees in towards your chest. We rock from side to side. Maybe plant the right foot, left foot on the floor, cross over the right, tuck the toes under, and just stretch, twist down towards the left, head right. Inhale back to centre, change legs. You don't have to tuck the toes, by the way, just down, knees down to the right, head left. Inhale back to centre, release your legs, and you're ready for your relaxation. So straighten your legs out along the mat, or if you prefer, you can keep your knees bent, feet out wide, and allow the knees to knock in. So take your relaxation whatever way feels comfortable for you, or of course you can sit up in easy cross-legged. So take a moment to get yourself settled. Notice how you're feeling. Take a nice long, slow, deep inhale. And a nice long, slow, soft, whispery exhale. See if you can release a little bit more into all areas of your body. Start at the toes, sole to the feet, the tops of the feet, the heels, the lower legs, the upper legs, the buttocks, all of the back body, the back ribs, all of the front body, the front ribs. the arms, the hands, the back of the neck, the jaw, the back of the head, the crown of the head. The expression on your face is soft, releasing, letting go. Maybe a tiny little smile hovering. And I'm just going to share this little poem with you by Dana Foles, Out of One Soul. Life proceeds breath by breath, deep, full and easy, shallow or uneven. Breathing is the key to cultivating peace. Breath by breath, choose to stay present. It isn't success you're seeking, but surrender to the flow of energy. It's not control that matters, but letting go. Allowing life exactly as it is this moment to touch and change and breathe through you. So continue to follow your breath. Allow that sense of peace and stillness to wash over your whole body. Allow the sound to wash over your body. Allow everything to soften and release. So please feel free to stay where you are for as long as you want, as long as your body and mind feels you want to. But I am going to finish now. I just want to say thank you all so much for your company for this short yoga practice. And I'm really grateful for the fact that you've taken the time to do it with me. Thank you so much. Namaste.